Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 7 and we are gonna discuss about accounting, a multiple paradigm science. Let me introduce our members group. First is Permata Sari with the last 3 digit number 191. Second is Siti Nur Khofifah with the last 3 digit number 424. Third is Diva Aulia Sari with the last 3 digit number 430. Fourth is Dwy Septa Anggraini with the last 3 digit number 278. And fifth is Aida Aulia Fadilah with the last 3 digit number 331. First material from me is paradigms in accounting. A paradigm is a shared way of thinking with a scientific community. In accounting, there's no single dominant paradigm. Instead, multiple perspectives coexist. The anthropological or inductive paradigm focuses on observing and analyzing existing accounting practices. It's descriptive in nature and draws conclusions from real-world behavior. In contrast, the true income or deductive paradigm seeks to build ideal theories using logic and normative reasoning, aiming for what accounting should be rather than what it is. The next material is comparison of paradigms. The inductive approach is grounded in actual practice. Figures like Ijiri and Littleton emphasize understanding how accounting functions in real-world settings. Their work supports the idea that theories should emerge from consistent practice. The deductive paradigm, on the other hand, is theoretical and perspective. Scholars such as Patton and McNeil promoted ideal model for income measurement that rely on logical consistency rather than historical convention. These two paradigms differ not only in method but in purpose. One explains the current system while the other envisions a better one.
The true profit paradigm. This paradigm departs from logical and normative thinking in developing accounting theory. That is, the approach is based on rational and ideal thinking, not just following the practice that have occurred. The main focus is to create an accounting theory that is conceptual, strong, not just practical. 5 alternative theories to historical cost accounting. Proponents of the true or deductive earnings paradigm propose 5 alternative approaches to overcome the shortcomings of historical cost accounting. 1. Adjusted price level accounting. Adjust the value of asset and earning based on change in the price level. 2. Replacement cost accounting. The value of asset is measured based on the current cost of replacing the asset rather than its past purchase price. 3. Restricted value accounting. Valuing an asset based on a specific value limitation, such as maximum reservable value. 4. Continuous contemporaneous. Measures the value of an asset based on the amount of net cash that can be obtained if the asset is sold. 5. Present value accounting. Calculate the present value of the future economic benefit of an asset.
Here I will explain about decision-making models. Decision-making models are tools or frameworks used to help individuals or organizations analyze problems, evaluate alternatives, and choose the best solution. Decision-making models and help individuals, managers, or organizations make better choices by following a structured process. These models are especially useful when facing complex situations with multiple options. The next material is the importance of decision-making models. 1. Helps define the problem clearly. 2 is support objective choices. 3 is improves option analysis. 4 is ensures process consistency. 5 is facilitates clear communication, and the last is minimize risk. And the last material from me is common types of decision-making models. First is rational decision making model is logical steps from identifying the problem to selecting a solution. 2 is SWOT analysis. It looks at strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. 3 is cost-benefit analysis. It compares the cost and benefits of each option. 4 is decision tree. Is a visual model that shows possible outcomes based on different decisions.
Understanding decision makers. A decision maker refers to any individual or group that chooses between alternatives based on preference, goals, and constraints. Customer will decide what goods and services to purchase. Firm that determine product levels, pricing, and investment strategies. Government which implement policies affecting income distribution, market regulation, and economic growth. This decision can be based on rationality, where actors weigh cost and benefit to maximize utility or profit. Understanding decision makers. A decision maker refers to any individual or group that chooses between alternatives based on preference, goals, and constraints. Customer who decide what goods and services to purchase. Firm that determine product levels, pricing, and investment strategies. Government which implement policies affecting income distribution, market regulation, and economic growth. This decision can be based on rationality, where actors weigh cost and benefit to maximize utility or profit. Aggregate market behavior. When individual decisions are combined, they form aggregate market behavior. This is the collective result of countless individual choices across society. It's the foundation for macroeconomic analysis and includes aggregate demand. Total demand for goods and services within an economy at a given time and price level. Aggregate supply. The total output produced by firms within the economy. Aggregate behavior is shaped by change in income level, fiscal and monetary policy, consumer and investor confidence, and external shocks.
Next, I will explain about the information or economics paradigm. The information or economic paradigm challenges the traditional economics view that assumes all market participants have equal access to information. In reality, information is often unevenly shared. One side usually knows more than the other, which can lead to serious problems like adverse selection and moral hazard. Adverse selection happens before a deal is made, when people with hidden risk or low quality goods enter the market because others can't tell the difference. Moral hazard happens after the deal, when one party takes more risk because they don't have to face the full consequences. These problems show that markets don't always work perfectly on their own. That's why this paradigm stresses the need for tools like signaling, screening, and monitoring to reduce information gaps, guide better decisions, and make markets work more fairly and effectively. The next slide is the role of information in economics. The first is information as a commodity. In economics, information is considered valuable, just like goods or services. People and businesses use it to make better decisions, so it's treated like a resource that can be bought, sold, or invested in. The next is cost-benefit analysis. The usefulness of information depends on whether its benefits are greater than its cost. For example, if getting certain data helps a company avoid a costly mistake, then it's worth the investment. The next is accounting information. Accounting data like profit, cost, or cash flow is helpful when it leads to better business decisions. It adds value when it improves the accuracy or effectiveness of those decisions. And the next is individual decision making. People use information to choose what to do based on what they expect to happen. They rely on signals like prices or reports to guide them. The most effective information system is one that helps them make the best choices, increasing their overall benefit or utility. The next slide is theory in information or economic paradigm. The information or economics paradigm integrates insight from diverse theories, emphasizing decision-making under uncertainty and the role of information. The first is theory of teams. This framework studies how groups make efficient joint decisions, focusing on mechanisms that align individual incentives with collective goals. It is particularly relevant in organizational settings where collaboration is key. The second is statistical decision theory. This theory uses data and probability to guide optimal choices under uncertainty. It incorporates tools like signal detection and Bayesian inference to model decision-making processes, bridging economics and perceptual uncertainty. The third is economic theory of choice. Rooted in utility theory, it explains rational decision making based on preferences, constraints, and available information. This aspect is central to understanding individual behavior in market and policy design. The next slide is method in information or economics paradigm. The paradigm combines analytic reasoning with statistical decision theory and economic theory of choice, focusing on isolating general relationship and evaluating scenario. Some key methods include the first is Bayesian revision analysis, is a decision-making method that continuously updates beliefs or prediction by incorporating new information based on Bayesian probability theory. It allows decision makers to refine their initial assumption with real-time data, making it highly useful in dynamic environments such as business and accounting. This adaptability ensures that decisions remain relevant and accurate as circumstances changes, providing a more flexible approach to forecasting and strategic planning. And the second is cost-benefit criteria. On the other hand, involves evaluating the trade-off between the costs and benefits of a given action, aiming to choose the option that maximizes net value. In accounting or corporate governance, this method helps assess the viability of new policies by considering both tangible and intangible factors. While it encourages rational evaluation, it also faces challenges in accurately quantifying long-term benefit or unforeseen costs, making it crucial for decision makers to consider potential uncertainties and biases when applying this method.
So that's all about the discussion for our material. Thank you for listening and goodbye.